All right, it's time for whiskey review number 3 for the Dram Nation. Rabbit Hole straight bourbon whiskey finished in PX sherry cask. That's a Pedro Jimenez sherry cask. Here's a little look at the bottle. I don't know if you guys can see the rabbit engraved in the bottle. It's a really cool bottle. Obviously, it's a double cask finish. New charred American oak and finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry. Non-chill filtered, obviously, because it's bourbon from Kentucky. There's no coloring in it. So that's the natural color, and you can tell it's a beautiful color and the influence of the sherry. It's a 46.5%, 93 proof. I looked online, did a little research. It says that it's aged for 5 years. I haven't been able to find anything that's definite on that. It's a very interesting whiskey. I obviously have drank some of it. We opened it a couple months ago, and some buddies of mine have really given it rave reviews as well. The interesting part of this whiskey is the process it's charred in. It's called an alligator char. They char the barrels for 55 seconds until they begin to peel like alligator skin. So they call it alligator char, which I found was pretty neat. This is a new distillery. They're obviously probably sourcing the whiskeys. I think it opened in 2018. They also have a rye and a straight Kentucky bourbon, which is delicious. I tried last night. Let's pour one and get into it a little bit. It's got beautiful color. Really like the color on this. You can tell that sherry cask influence. Let's nose it, and we'll see what we got on the nose and the palate and finish, and maybe we'll add a drop of water at the end and see if that does anything to it. You definitely get that sherry cask on the nose. It's like kind of a rich, dark fruit, like a plum or like a dried cherry or something like that, I would say, on the nose. It smells really good. It's got a great nose. I like the dark fruit. The sherry's definitely tamed down the bourbon, though. You don't get that oak, caramel, vanilla, any of that. You know, this is not your traditional bourbon at all, being that it's finished in sherry. I would say if you're a Scotch drinker trying to maybe transition into some bourbons, this might be a good starter, especially if you like sherry cask Scotch. It's got some good legs, too. Yeah, let's give it a shot and see what we got on the taste and on the palate and finish. Very sweet and fruity on the palate. Really smooth. I would say medium, kind of like medium back end. It's got a little heat going down, but it's pretty smooth. But it's really sweet, and you can tell the influence of that sherry is kind of like toned down the bourbon, the normal bourbon notes. It's really good. I've given this to about 3 or 4 people. They've all liked it. You got to have an open mind a little bit going into it because it's not your traditional Kentucky straight bourbon. It's got a kind of a neat process to it. It's not like an all-time great finish. The finish is kind of, I would give it, good but not great. But I really like the flavor. The flavor's, it's got good flavor. It's the palate's nice. That you still get those rich fruits, the sweetness. Not much oak in there though. That sherry really took the oak out. if I was gonna score this one, I would give it. Well, I am gonna score this one. I'd give it probably like a 90. It's really good, and it's definitely one I would rebuy. You can pick this up. It's readily available in our area for $50 to $60, depending on where you buy it. And they usually also have the rye and the Kentucky straight bourbon, which has good flavor too. That's really good. I tried it last night at a whiskey tasting, and it was really good. So yeah, Rabbit Hole, solid. The sherry cask, very good. I think if you were kind of starting out in bourbons, this wouldn't be one to, this would be one to give it a try, especially, like I said, with the sherry influence, kind of taming it down a little. Makes it pretty drinkable. It's very, very smooth. I know when we opened this bottle, my buddy and I probably easily drank 2 or 3 drams each. And we were like, whoa, we're going to go through this whole bottle. But yeah, solid choice, Rabbit Hole. Give it a shot, and I think you'll like it. Dram Nation, cheers.